called Santiago, Elias? Ah, the capital. And what can you see in Santiago del Estero? It's historical, no? The first city. Is it is it possible that Santiago, the capital city, was originally called Barco? No, no, no. I'm just checking. I'm not too sure. No, I'm not too sure. I, ah, right. Yeah, the mother cities. Yeah, the mother cities. Yeah, yeah. So there must be a very interesting museum. No? Yeah, the stadium. The stadium. Yes, yes. That's recent. No, recent. Yeah, yeah. It took a long time to build. Did this stadium take a long time to build, or yeah, yes. Uh, all right. Well, today we're gonna see a bit of half. We're gonna do maybe half an hour of grammar, and half an hour we're gonna see an article about Stephen Jobs, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs. Did you have you seen the film of Steve Jobs? No, Apple. Yeah. So he's given an interview. I mean, not an interview. He's at a graduation ceremony. You know, graduation ceremony in Stanford University. Uh, have you seen? Have you heard the speech, Juan? Well, we're just gonna go over some of the vocabulary that he uses. No, I think there are some expressions that are well, and he's also pointing out some interesting things for about life. No, but anyway, we'll just go over some vocabulary that he uses. No, well, so what is the difference between good and well? No, the good is an adjective. No, and well is an adverb. So what do the adverbs do? The adverbs, but they uh, they tell us about they modify the verb. So for example, you speak well, no, because it's you speak adverb is going to tell us about something more about a verb. So how do you speak? He speaks very well, no, and the adjective is your English is good. So English is a noun. So adjectives go with nouns, and adverbs go with verbs. So Sophie is a good pianist. Um, the noun here is Sophie. So the adjectives and Sophie plays the piano well. So in general, the adverbs go at the end of the after the verb. But this is this is like what comes now here is like an exception. No, this is when the adverb goes before the verb when it is a participle. So with a we can use well known well educated, well paid, but this is only with goes only with well. Eh? This is the only adverb that goes with a participle. So well known, well educated. It's a very good, well paid job. No, so you can say they pay well, but it's a well paid job. No, or the kids are well behaved at school. They are well behaved, or he's well educated. No, okay, so the only this is an exception. Also, these are exception one and exception two is well can also be an adjective when you say, "How are you today?" Oh, I'm very well. But we always hear all good. No, okay, that's more colloquial. No, all good. So that's but grammatically speaking, correct. What is correct is I'm very well, but everybody says all good. No, well, these three fast, hard, and late can be both. They can be adverbs and adjectives. So, Darren, uh, let's see, maybe Elias, you can read the adjective and Juan the adverb. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Is there just there's German coming in. German. Hello, German. How are you doing? All good? Well, we're checking on the difference between adverbs and so um, so just let me see. We're checking so we were seeing these differences. Look, we were seeing uh, fast, hard, and late can be both adjectives and adverbs. No, for example, Darren is a fast runner. Fast Darren. So Darren is a fast runner. This is the noun, but Darren can run fast. No, so run is the verb. He can run fast. So it's hard to find a job right now. We say Kate works hard. No, we don't say hardly. You know, usually adverbs end with ly. No, beautifully. He plays the piano beautifully, beautifully. No, like, but hard is adverb. No, not hardly is something completely. We're gonna see is a different story with hardly. Eh? Here we can say lately is an adverb. No, it means recently. No, have you seen Kate lately? No, and then we have hardly as an adverb, which is different to hard. Hardly means only a little. So Sarah wasn't very friendly at the party. She hardly spoke. So she almost didn't speak. No, we can say she almost didn't speak. Okay, so, well, what is the difference here between hard and hardly? So he tried hard to find a job, no, but he had no luck. So hard is, you can say, hard is something is very hard, like a brick is very hard. or hard is like you put a lot of effort. Hard is a lot of effort, no? Okay, okay. I'm not surprised he didn't find a job. Well, he hardly tried. So this is the opposite, no? So in the first sentence, he's trying hard to find a job, but here the opposite. He hardly tried, so he didn't do much, no? Okay, so that is the difference. And then just one more thing, you can say hardly anyone or hardly anything, no? The exam results were bad. Hardly anybody passed, no? Okay, we're gonna do nobody or nobody. You can say almost. See, I bet almost. You can say also almost nobody is the same. So you can say almost nobody or hardly anybody. Both. You can say hardly anybody. He hardly said anything. He was very quiet. He hardly said anything. Oh, so how many? How much milk is there in the milk? Or hardly anything? No. Okay, so we're gonna see that we're gonna practice a bit. We're gonna do some exercises now with these adverbs. Let me share with you. Let's see. Can you see this? Okay, so we have a bit of we have to choose in the first exercise. We have to choose between so we have to choose between good or well. I play tennis, but I'm not very good. Let's see, Elias. Well, the what we're talking about is the results. Good results. We say no, we say good results. Let's see, Herman. Joe did, yeah, because it's how did he do? He did very well. He did very well. That's right. And Juan, I didn't sleep. Yes, I didn't sleep well. Yes, that's right. Because it's the verb sleep well. Okay, cool. Elias, uh, it looks good. Yep. Herman, can you speak up? Well, here because it's yeah because it's here is the verb here. Can you hear well? Can you hear me well? And if you are on the computer, no, on a meet in a meet, you say, "Can you hear me well?" No. So here it's can you hear me well? Not can you hear me good? So okay, so Juan, um, I don't know her well. Exactly. Lucy speaks German. Yeah, because she speaks, but and she's good. She's good at languages. Yeah. So Herman, we're gonna do a bit of this, maybe 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna see an article on Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs. All right. So well, we said that well goes before a participle, no? Like well behaved, no? Or well paid or well informed, no? So I'm surprised. Let's see, Elias. I'm surprised you haven't heard of her. Yes, well known. Correct. Our neighbor's garden is neat and tidy. Karman, yes, well kept. Or you can also say well maintained. Also, no, another option. Well maintained or well kept. It's the same thing. The same thing. All right, Juan. I enjoyed the book. Yes, well written. Written. Correct. Elias. Yes, well informed. Correct. And German. Jane works very hard. Yeah, well paid. Yes. Okay, we're gonna finish just with this one. We're just gonna do this one here. We just have to choose here the correct option. No. Then we move on to the article. Let's see, Elias. I wasn't in a hurry. That's right. Because how were you walking? I was walking slowly. No, you walk slowly. All right, Herman. Lately. Yeah, late and lately are completely different. No, he arrives late. No. All right, Juan. Slow down. You're walking too fast. Yeah, too fast. Correct. Okay, Elias. I tried. Yeah. So here, exactly. Hard. It was. I tried hard. I was doing a big effort to remember, but I couldn't remember. All right, Herman. I've hardly worn it. So yeah, a little. So I've worn it just a little. No. Almost. I almost haven't worn. So you can also say I have almost. I almost haven't worn it. I have almost. I almost worn it. I almost haven't worn it. Um, let's see. Laura is a good tennis player. She hits the ball very, very hard. Yes. And the next one is it's really dark in here. I can hardly see. Yeah. So almost nothing. No. Yeah, I can see almost nothing. I can see almost nothing. Yeah. Very good. I can see almost nothing. So the last one is Ben is going to run a marathon. Yeah, he's been training hard. Yeah, so the hard is he's doing a big effort. No. All right, very good. That was any questions about this? This is what you have in your whiteboard. I've copied this explanation in your whiteboard. Okay, so now we're going to move on to this article, this speech. So let's see. Just a second, please. So, as I say, this speech was given at Stanford University in 2005, and it is the graduation ceremony. Well, here I'm sharing this with you. Uh, there's two options, guys. There's one option is to hear him, or the other option is to read what he says. Do you prefer to read the transcript, or do you prefer to listen to what he says? To hear him speaking. All right. So we're gonna comment. I've also put in your. Then we're gonna go back to the whiteboard because there's some vocabulary I want to go over. So what's a bit funny about this ceremony is that he never graduated from university, but he's addressing uh, these uh, these students that are have been successful, no, as students, no. So he's been successful as an entrepreneur, no. Yes, exactly. Bill Gates didn't finish his studies either. All right. Well, in America they use gotten. You know, in British they say the closest I've ever got. In America they say the closest I've ever gotten to a college graduation. Okay, so connecting the dots is to try to, with a pencil. When you connect with a pencil, you connect some. Yeah, so to understand when you connect the dots, you understand. You find there's a relationship between these dots. It's all connected. Yes, like when you go back and you see your past, what you see what's happened to you in your past, you find that there's lots of things that are connected, that are related, that make sense. So they make sense, no? So well, quit and drop out is the same thing. So you can quit. Then this vocabulary I have put in your whiteboard, no? You quit is the same as to drop out. No. Well, her biological mother gave him in adoption. Did you know that? Well, why is here? It is explaining why she did this. Yes, yes, yes. That's right. So, well, usually the case is when mothers give up their babies in adoption is because they think that they can't educate them. No, they can't do a good job. No, so her biological mother thought that a college graduate would do a better job in educating him and providing an education. Well, he calls the couple that adopted him. He calls them father and mother. So yeah, so he calls his biological mother. He calls her biological mother. No, but he actually calls his parents are the guys that adopted him. No. All right. So do you follow that? Do you understand? No. Okay. So the guys that are adopting him are promising that they will provide a college for him. Well, this word naively means innocently, without knowing exactly. Naively is without much knowledge. So he chose a very expensive college. Eh? So now we have to find the reason. He's trying to explain now why he quit or why he gave up his studies. Eh? So let's see what there are two reasons why he gave up studying. Eh? Okay, so what are the two reasons he gives to quit to stop to give up his studies? One reason, yes, one reason is he didn't think that his studies were going to help him figure out what he wanted to do. Uh, yeah, it was very expensive. It was getting too expensive. He didn't want to spend that amount of money. He didn't think it was value for money, no, because he didn't think his studies would help him much. Eh? What? So these guys are laughing, no, because these yeah to quit, yeah, yeah, and these guys have spent hours and hours studying, no? Well, so he didn't actually stop going to the university, no? What he's trying to, let's see what let's see if you can explain. He actually kept going to the university. Well, so the decision he took is pretty hard, no? So what subjects is he attending at university? Yeah, the only yeah. So it seems like he has an agreement with the college, no? So I guess they let him attend without paying, no? So he's only at so he's not going to get any diploma. He's not going to get a diploma, but the university allows him to. But now what he doesn't have any funds. He has to pay for his no. He doesn't have a room, no, and he has to pay for his food, no. Well, what he's explaining now is about connecting the dots, no. So he's saying that this course he took on typography later on, it proved to be very very important in his career. No, um, Juan, had you heard this speech before? Okay, yeah. So is that right? Is that right, guys? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very, very beautiful, beautiful. The typography. Yeah, yeah. The letters. Yeah, the letters. Yeah, yeah. So Macintosh has always been nice, very nice designs. All right, so this is the first message he's giving three stories. So he's coming up with three stories, and this is the first one, connecting the dots. Now, how do you think, guys, these graduates what do they feel about their studies? Do they feel that all their efforts will help them to connect? They will be useful in for them in the future. Yeah, 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 yeah. So they'll have to wait. They'll have to wait. No, see what comes next. No, because like when you study, you are sowing. Like sowing es como sembrar. No, like to sow. You're sowing, but then the fruits come later. No, you still have to be a bit lucky. No, to find the good company, to relate well. It some people are more lucky than others in finding the right people, no, connecting with the right people, no. But in the end, as you say, years after you graduate, you can connect the dots, no. Well, what he's telling the graduates is that all their efforts have made it makes sense. It's all worthwhile, no? It's maybe if you well, what do you think, guys? If you finished your studies, you have a better chance of connecting better those dots, or what do you think, guys? Herman, what do you think? Is it better when you graduate to connect? You have a better chance of connecting the dots. Yes, yes. It will help. It will help. It will help. Yes. Well, this is why people study, no? Otherwise, what? So I mean, the if you follow, if you think of Steve Jobs' career, it's not for everybody, anyone. No, I mean, being an entrepreneur. I mean, without having studied or graduated, it's not for everybody, is it? Right, right. You've got to be super talented. No, I bet. Yeah, like, yeah, yeah. A lot of inspiration. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Well, okay, so well, this is the first bit. Well, they start to diverge, no, to separate. Very good. And then we had a falling out, so we didn't agree. We couldn't agree, so it came to a point where they couldn't work together. So the company had to decide between this other guy and Steve. No, well, the baton is, when the orchestra director is using a stick. This is the baton. So he felt like he had lost leadership. Well, so now, of course, it's this is why he's talking about love and loss. So he at the moment he's not feeling very very proud, no. Well, he said before he said quitting studies or quitting university was the best thing, and now he's saying that losing, I mean, being fired is also the best thing, no. So, well, this is what, yeah, yeah, yes, yes, exactly, exactly. Okay, here he's explaining something interesting. He says the lightness of being a beginner again. What do we mean? What do we mean by this expression? The lightness of being a beginner. Yeah, 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 yeah. When you exactly when like when you're super successful, you're carrying a heavy burden, like a heavy load, because you have to keep being successful. But if you're beginning again, you're traveling light, no? So you can be creative. For example, you can be creative again, no? Well, so his failures, he's turned his apparent failures into success, no, by creating new companies. Well, this I think is good advice for the students, no? What, in other words, what is he telling the students? Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes not everything is a bed of roses, no? No, 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 not everything goes smoothly, no? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, life is, yeah, in other words, yeah, in other words, life is hard, yeah. Ah, okay, all right. Okay, I don't think we're having a lesson on Thursday because it's a holiday. I'll see you next Tuesday then. All right, have a nice bye, Elias. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye. Yeah. So what is he talking about here, guys? Yes, I think in the but yeah, that was the second thing that he said about love and loss, like following what you really love doing. But in the third bit, this third bit, he's talking about time. No, uh, uh, yeah, yeah. That basically, what he's saying is don't waste time. Yeah. Eh, sorry, Herman. Yeah, that you don't want to do. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. So okay, so we're gonna basically stop here with the video. Basically, he's trying to point out about the importance of not wasting time. No, and now I wanted to go back because I've written down in your whiteboard some vocabulary. No, so uh, here it is. Look. Uh, Here is some vocabulary that comes out from this video. It's well, so the first story is about connecting the dot. Well, we explain no about what it meant to connect the dots, no, to bring sense or a understanding to your past. No, I dropped out. Well, so when you drop out, it's the same as uh, To quit. To quit. Well, unwed is well when not married. No, his biological mother was unwed. So, well, to put me down, put me up. Well, to put me up, no, in a list, no, to put me up for adoption. So register to register, no. Everything was all set for me. Was well, all set, no. It, so prepared. It's all prepared, no. Well, she only relented. Relented is remember to accept because she said she would only give him in adoption to a family or parents that were graduates. No, and then she realized that none of them, neither the father nor the mother were university graduates. No. Okay, naively, this word naive means it means innocent, without knowing. No, okay, I had no idea I wanted to do with my life. I had no idea how college was going to well help me to figure it out. What does it mean to figure something out? Yeah, yeah, to realize or understand something. No, okay, that is to realize. Okay, and okay, I decided to drop out. So to drop out is we saw drop out. No, as much as I stumbled into, as much of what I stumbled is to fall. No, es tropezar. No. Okay, guys. So well, then there's but then our visions of the future began to diverge. Diverge is to separate. No, to separate, and eventually we had falling out. So stop stop communicating. Stop communicating. No. Okay. Well, and then these are some. Well, we explained Batten. We explained sided with him. They sided with him. They so what happened here is the board decided for one of them, and he had to. He was fired. No. Okay. So how did you find this video? Did you know? Well, Juan, you had already seen this video. It's quite inspiring. Yeah. But 7 years later, Steve Job died from cancer. No, so he was 56 years old. All right. Okay. Very young. Very young. Very young. Okay, guys. So I will see you then next week. All right. Have a good weekend then. Enjoy your long weekend. All right, Herman and Juan. Bye bye then.